So my viewers, I am back again with the same title message of should women keep silent? That's the continuation of the message, should women keep silent? So as I first gave the chapter of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 33. Verse 33. I will raise the topic again. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. My brothers, that's King James Version. That is King James Version. King James Version. I continue. Verse 36. What? Came the word of God out from you, or came it unto you only? 37. If any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of the Lord. But if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy, and forbid not to speak with tongues. Let all things be done decently and in order. In order. So here it is also advising, encouraging everybody that they should not forbid to speak in tongues. They should not forbid to speak in tongues. But here we are speaking most especially about women keeping silent in the church. Doesn't mean you should not pray. You are allowed to pray. Yes, of course, you are allowed to pray. You are allowed to pray. You are allowed to sing song. But any activity, authoritative thing, as man, like a pastor, pastoral, or preaching, or whatever, woman, you have to keep silent. There's nothing like woman of God. You should keep silent. This is what the Bible is telling us. My beloved sisters, if you are hearing me, this is a message for you. If pastors might not tell you, if I hear something like this, or I come across something like this in the Bible, I'll print it out and message it to the whole world to hear it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we want to go to another chapter of the verse, Titus chapter 2 verse 3. Let us all go to Titus chapter 2 verse 3. Titus 2:3 said, the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine. You should not give in to much wine, meaning they are allowed to drink wine, but not too much wine. Paul said not too much wine. Even pastors, they condemn wine every day. They condemn wine every day. If they see a Christian or a believer drinking wine, hey, it's an abomination. But Paul said not giving to too much wine. That is, you should limit her wine. That is the aged mother. Teachers of good things. Verse 4. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Brothers, this is the message. I want to encourage each woman that they should practice to remain silent in the church. If you want to go to heaven, woman, if you want to go to heaven, or you want to practice the real gospel messages, the woman should remain silent. I give you one chapter again in First Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. First Timothy chapter 2, verse 11.